Bina's going to talk about Agile in the fast lane, designing Lamborghinis with speed and style. This sounds amazing, doesn't it? Please give Bina a warm welcome.
Thank you very much. Now, I think we're missing one thing. We're missing the star of the show. Where is the star of the show? Oh, look. Here he is. Hey, thank you. Meet my Lamborghini.
No place, John, sorry.
Thank you.
I thought you were controlling that with your mind.
Thanks, Steve. Yeah, for anybody that doesn't know what a Lamborghini looks like, well, this is my Lamborghini, okay? Obviously, it's not a real one. I do have other ones, but they're much smaller. So, does anybody recognize Lamborghinis? Yeah? Some of you do, some of you think, oh, I don't care, it's just another car, whatever. But to me, you know, if I was walking down the street with you and I saw a Lamborghini go past, I would just stop talking to you. I'd stop listening to you. I just think they're absolutely stunning cars. So, you know, I'm going to talk about where did this strange passion start. So, and I call myself a bit of a supercar geek because I go to a lot of races, and I think from a very young childhood I've always liked cars. So, and all the photographs you're going to see are ones that I took over various events. So you're probably wondering, well, how on earth did you get into Lamborghinis? What was the story behind it? Well, my passion started in what we call GT races. Anybody know what GT stands for? Gran Turismo. So I lived in the Netherlands and I went to a racetrack there many, many times. And Zandvoort, that was Zandvoort, Spa and Nürburgring. So I just got this passion for watching these amazing cars. And these are Lamborghinis. So this is like a Huracan. That was quite a prominent race car. And I just thought they look absolutely amazing. Watching them race, it was stunning. And they were so speedy, the noise they made, it was just incredible. And I was wondering, well, how did they get to this point? You know, they were winning races. How did they make them like this? So what I noticed was they had a lot of power. You know, they were really powerful, very skilled drivers, a lot of amazing sound. The look was just stunning, actually, and the way they performed. So I kind of fell in love with these cars, and I wanted to see them more and more. So, of course, I went to more races and took lots of different photographs. And again, there's the Huracan. Very distinctive. I'm going to talk about the distinctive styles of these cars. But generally, they have a hexagonal shape. That's something you see in all the designs. And that's something that Lamborghini developed over time is this iconic hexagonal shape and Y shapes as well. We'll see that. So, for example, here in the lights, there's sort of a Y shape. And then around the body, there's a hexagonal shape. So that was something that they became very iconic of these cars. And the designer is actually a German guy, works for Lamborghini, you know, and you see lots of videos of him drawing the cars, expressing his passion for the design. So there's so many different Lamborghinis, but I wanted to focus on the race cars because they're the ones that I saw. And how did they start developing them? Well, they would have a general chassis. How do you say that word?
Chassis.
The base, yeah, of the car, and then they'd build something on top of that. But it wasn't just about the looks, because they had to make sure that they were aerodynamic, you know, that they moved fast, that they were light. So they experimented with carbon fiber, different body shapes, you know, how does a wind go through, how fast can the car go? So design wasn't just about the look of it was about the performance. You know, some material innovation of what materials they used, how they use the cooling systems, that was all part of the design. The aim was to make the car still in line with the rules and regulations of car design for racing, but to make it better and better and keep improving the design. So they would have a lot of iterations, obviously. But whilst they were developing them, they'd do a sketch. You know, they'd have a CAD version of it. They'd even do a clay model of it. I don't know if you've seen pictures of clay models of cars. You know, they'd build one of those and then they'd use virtual reality and whatever. And of course, they build a prototype and get feedback. The important thing was that the technical guys, they're called a technical squad, worked very closely with the design squad. They had to work together. It wasn't just about, let's draw a nice picture of a car, but it has to function properly as well. So it was very much about teamwork, collaborating together to develop something that that worked as well. So feedback, that's important in iterative development. We had to get feedback from the drivers. And maybe if you've seen Formula One, they're always getting feedback, aren't they? They're always trying to improve. So development of these cars, we know what iterative process is, but it's about testing, it's about driver feedback, and constantly evolve. Now, there are so many models out there. I don't know what all the models are these days, but they're always evolving and trying to improve it. And the price tags are crazy. I don't know how much they are. I've not looked, but I know that in the past they were very expensive. So you might think, well, when did Lamborghini start making cars? Well, both Lamborghini and Ferrari started by making tractors, can you believe it? Many, many years ago, and they're very successful. But Lamborghini and Mr. Ferrari didn't really get on. Lamborghini's engines were better, and they tried to help Ferrari, but Ferrari said, no, we don't need your help. So Mr. Lamborghini thought, okay, I'm gonna develop my own sports car, because he was quite an enthusiastic. So he developed the first GT car in 1964. And now the company is actually owned by Volkswagen. So it's not, Italian owned, but like a lot of these companies, they get bought out. Now, before the shapes I was showing you earlier, these were cars. Does anybody recognize a Lamborghini Countach? Yeah? Have you ever seen one in real life? Who has? Stick your hand up. What did you think?
It was impressive. I heard it before I saw it. It was in a little car park in Peckham.
Oh, really?
When they turned the ignition, you heard it. You
Yeah.
felt it, actually.
Yeah. Did you say you'd seen what did you say? Oh, right, okay. It's very, very striking design, isn't it? I mean, this was at car shows. If you go to car shows, you see them now. But it was very, very unique, very different style altogether. And then you've got the Diablo, and then you've got the Murcielago. So those are models as well. But the ones these days, again, is going back to this hexagon Y shape, very bold colours. To me, I think they look, it sounds silly, but I think they remind me of sharks. They've got that kind of look, slightly aggressive, but to me, they're absolutely stunning, actually. So, and here's some other ones. So you see there's been a difference. The lights on that is different, but it's still got the hexagon and the typical shape. So what Lamborghini say is it's about performance, innovation, and emotion. That's what is aroused by a Lamborghini. It's not just about the looks, but it's that emotion as well that is called upon. Well, okay, that was the last slide. And yeah, just these are all photographs I've took. I've got hundreds on my phone, by the way. But that's it. Thank you for now. Cheers.
Fantastic props.
Yeah, I like my props.